good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of Charlotte. This looks like North Carolina. And the title reads, Suspected thief shot, killed by someone at a QuikTrip pump. This is according to the police department. Guys, before we get into this, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And I know we can get there with your help. You guys can also find me on Twitter, on Minds, and even on TruthSocial and various other platforms. So let us begin with today's story.
Police say a man at a gas pump shot and killed a suspected thief in Northwest Charlotte.
The Chopper 9 flew over that scene at a QuikTrip on Belhaven Road at about 10:30 this morning.
Channel 9's crime reporter Hunter Sines was the first reporter out there on the scene. And Hunter, police told you that they believe that man who died had just stolen things from that store.
Yeah, Erica, and right now, hours later after this all happened, I want to show you this gas station is back open. You can see people at the pumps and patrons going in and outside of this QuikTrip. It is a far different scene out here than just hours ago when police say a man was seen stealing things from this gas station. When police arrived, that guy got back into his car and police drove after him. But investigators say he ended up back here and ended up dead.
Detectives descended on this QT gas station Wednesday morning, where a man was found shot and killed next to a gas pump. Police say the dead man was reportedly stealing things from this QT just minutes before. A patrol officer got to the scene as the suspect was driving out of the parking lot.
The officer pulled out, got behind the suspect, observed the suspect discharge at least one round into the air.
The suspected thief drove down Mount Holly Huntersville Road before police say he turned around, pulled back into the QT, and got out of his car.
He gets into some kind of confrontation with one of the patrons who's here at the pumps.
Detectives say that's when the patron pulled out his own gun and shot and killed the suspect.
In the middle of the day.
Now, guys, take a look at this. The man was already being pursued by the police. This is why we have to understand we cannot rely on the police. And it's not because sometimes the police aren't good. I believe the vast majority of police are good people. But what we have just seen is that the police were already in pursuit of this man. He discharged a firearm in the air in front of police while he was being pursued. And somehow he makes it back to the same place he stole from, gets into a confrontation, and an armed citizen dealt with this guy. For me, you cannot make some of this stuff up. And for a good Samaritan to take care of this problem, it says something about the police. It says something about being your own person and being prepared for something that, something that you don't even want to deal with. Again, the police did not stop that man. The police were already in pursuit, and still this man had to pull out his firearm and defend himself. And this woman is about to say in the middle of the day, it doesn't matter, ma'am. It doesn't matter. It can happen in the day, early morning, at night. We usually see more people, more crime come at night, but it doesn't matter. These days, it doesn't matter at all. Okay? Let's hear the rest of what happened here.
That's a little crazy.
Lynette Jewell was driving by and saw the scene. She heard what happened and feels for both the suspect and the shooter.
Now you have a gentleman, now his life is going to be changed. He's probably never ever shot his gun, probably at the range.
Detectives spent much of the day taking photos of the scene, marking evidence, and reviewing video from security cameras. They say the man who killed the suspect stayed at the scene and is cooperating with police.
I also asked police if they believe that the shooter would be charged with anything, but they told me it's too early to tell at this point in the investigation. They also did not say whether or not the suspect had that gun in his hand when he was in that confrontation with the man who police say ended up shooting and killing him.
Guys, my apologies for the video. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the actual video itself from the site. But in any case, I always, like always I do, I put the description in the I put the link in the description, so you guys can go and check it out. But what do you guys think of this? I think, in my opinion, okay, the fact that this man had to defend himself already when the suspect was already being pursued by the police, it just speaks to me about how well you should be prepared. Okay? And we're not talking about being Johnny Tactical. That's not what we're saying, but at the very least, can you carry a firearm? And who knows if it doesn't even really, it really doesn't matter. The man has already discharged his firearm. Whether he had it on him in the commission of this interaction with this patron, at some point, I'm sure the guy felt in fear of his life. That's why he used his gun. And at the same time, guys, now, you know, the question is being asked, will they charge him? I'm sorry, he's already proven to be a bad guy. He stole, he discharged a firearm negligently, doesn't care about anybody's safety, comes back to do another thing. My goodness. And I just keep thinking to myself, what if he didn't have a gun? Thank goodness to this Good Samaritan. He's a good guy. He is a good guy. And I will say this in closing, okay? Good people should have guns. Good people should always have guns. Because if good people do nothing, if good men do nothing, we would have no good guys.